loading, it's loading. This game has a very long loading screen. And I think I'll start with this one just... So yeah, as description said, this is take two. I had to restart the game. The lag on it was really bad and starting to bug me. But here's my company. Mine's CNG Transit. It's not very original. And you'll take a guess as to how I got the name. But my routes are kind of spread out from where I've deleted others. So I have 39 routes. And that I've got 32 buses, 22 drivers. I'll show you what's really like in my bus arsenal. So I've got a few A21s. Now, this is my bus. It's a Line City CNG. It's from the company MAN. That I'll explain why I enjoy this bus in a short bit, but I also have, from MAN, you'll see a lot of my buses are mainly just MAN, and part of that Lion Cities one, so I've got A47s. And one of the reasons I like these is because even with like the smaller buses and that, you can put the ads on and they'll show up perfectly. And then I've got some more CNGs, and then I've got just some A37s. And then some more CNGs. I also have lines A23, which I'll sometimes drive. I have one bus set out on that for myself and that, so that works. The rest of them are for employees and that. So from there, the route that we're actually going to do, so the one we were on was Steineck West from Steineck West to Dr. Julius Matcher Street. That I won't be doing that one because that one it's a bit of a longer one, but that a lot of mine are about an hour trips. And that I don't have any short ones because I don't like taking those short trips. Shorter trips means a lot boring. Just trying to think of which one I want to do. Because if I go down the highway and that, let's see. I'll even just actually open this one up for you guys so that you can see. So like this is what my route comprises of. Now starting up in Granite Square in Astra Park. And that I head down the highway to the harbor area, which I like, so it makes it a lot easier. Just taking a look at that water treatment. And then it leads over into Old Town, starting in Schober. And that I'll zoom in a bit more so you guys can see it a bit better. But yeah, so we go through Schober, her grounds, Old Town. We go to Central Bus Station, which is going to be like one of the central hubs that I enjoy. Then I head down through Roman Road and go through over this area and Maryville, I think is what it's called. And that as well as Scharfetter Field, closer to the end. And that I also go up through Westfield. And right here I actually do a bit of a loop on this one and head back down. So that's just the comprises of that route. I've got tons. I think the one that I might do is I don't know, I have so many. I'll do I lied, I have 40. I forgot about this. And I'll do this one right here. Trading Center to Central Bus. This station. And because I closed, I have to put up my settings. Yes, if you ask, I don't use the cashier in that. I find it takes up more time. So I'll get out and walk around my bus after I just do this. So when I get on, I first unlock all my doors. I don't like to choose the simplest way out. I feel like it's just too short. First one's going to put on all my major things. So here, I'll shut the doors. So this one, I like it. It's longer in that. My add on the side, hyperspeed. And that I like to sometimes walk around my bus, just make sure everything looks good, everything's working. Now you can see the route number up there, number 40. So everything's good, shut the door. So like this, one thing I like about this garage is I can do this. It's pretty awesome, I know. Let's get moving, so check, put on my signal there. So actually, if you got a chance to see there, that driveway there, across from the bus depot, that's Central Bus Station. So that's essentially where we're going to actually end this. There's one of our buses. That is the A37. I've set out each bus a certain way so that I'm able to tell each one apart. So like my CNGs, I can tell apart no problem. And that's easier to do. But when you start looking at some more of the smaller buses, they tend to start looking a lot like the same.
Next stop, Giant Alley.
notice as I go through this route too, and then you'll notice that I turn my bus down a lot of narrow streets. And that I do that because I enjoy the challenge. And I'm also pretty good at it. In other words, saying I won't crash, if that's what you're thinking. There's one of our other buses, another 837. I usually sit at a stop for about 15 seconds. If I have more time and then I'll sit for longer. But I try to do a minimum of 15 so that people have a chance to get on and off the bus. As you saw there, as I was turning into the... I do not enjoy when they do this. I have to pull to a safer spot to be able to stop the bus. But as you would have saw, I'll open up the start menu too. Not just to show I did get a collision. And at the last bus stop I pulled into sharp and my back end and hit the pole there. Which doesn't happen very often, and that if it's right at the first stop, and that I'll usually just abort the route because I don't like taking that. And that I aim to be one of the best drivers I can be. And here we go. Now, so earlier when I was showing the buses, and that said I'd explain why I choose to drive a CNG only, and that, so this is actually where I got the name of my bus company, and that CNG Transit, and that I drive Alliance Man City CNG. Then the reason I drive this bus is because it's actually one of the buses I feel more comfortable in, and that with not just with seating position and that, but also just with my mirror position and that. So like you can see my left mirror here is always in my peripheral vision, and that I have to always be able to see behind my bus, and this allows me to do it a lot easier with the bottom mirror being the one to look back.
Carpenter's Gate, main station.
No, the top mirror looks down, and that lets me know when I'm in the lane, so that gives me... I give enough there just to see that I'm in between my lines. And then it's just the same thing here, and that it's easier to see. I have a better ratio on the right side in that, so I can see straight back there. I use that when I'm watching passengers get on and off the bus. That's what tells me when I'm ready to go.
Next stop, Seamalden, Lido.
And that I like hearing some of the comments the AI make. And then sometimes I come up with snarky remarks, like, hey, the last one there was... No, there's a noise and asking if anybody else heard it. It's like, well, that's the signal light. Or that's my bus running. You'll notice in that I've got different hidden road things set at different speeds, so like speed bumps I have set at a 35 threshold. Potholes, as you would have just seen, I have set at 70.
No, I forgot to water the plants.
Speed cameras I have set for 15 over the speed limit, so if the speed limit like here is 50, and then they catch me doing 65, and that I'll get a speeding ticket there. I try to stay within my speed limit, and that's so like if it is 50 and that right here it's 70. And the reason that I'm slowing down is because I'm the joy of a heavier vehicle. Which I actually like because my bus stop is right after that hill.
It's such a nice day.
So yeah, you see there, here in the red, I've got a collision in that for what looks to be $884 or 884 euros, which really bites. I see I have two fare dodgers. I might have missed them. Whoa, that truck's like right there.
Next stop,
Now, one of the other reasons I enjoy driving the CNG
Think about
is
heading to the beach tomorrow. 4 o'clock. Oh,
the
that
length
sounds like
of
a
it.
nice idea, but we'll have to see if I still fit into my swimsuit.
Now, whenever I drive one of those smaller buses, and that I tend to become a little more overcautious with them in that, where something like this,
Is he still sick? Nah. He's
and that
sick.
I know where my turning ratio is, I know where my turning point is on my bus, and that's what helps make it a lot easier to take some of those turns. There's one of my CNGs. That's number 7. That runs between Astor Park, here in Oakville, and Schober Grounds. There's an A23 that just pulled into the bus stop across from us. If I can get a glimpse of it through all that traffic. That's it there. And that I enjoy driving that bus too, and that but the mirrors are set up differently on it, so it one of the biggest reasons is the mirrors. It bugs me. And that because with this I'm able to just set up where I want it and it's good. Whereas on the other ones I have to have a specific spot. So there you see that bus turning. The things I don't like about this game is lights and even vehicles making me be late to bus stops. Like, here I'm almost a minute late.
Next stop, Rail Builders Ridge.
That's my stop.
Sometimes when I'm already sat at a bus stop, I'll take a few minutes, I'll get up, move around
did you
quickly.
see the latest episode of Winter of Passion?
Yes, of course. I would never have thought Hans would do that.
Alley.
And that actually right there, I had to actually go get a Tums.
Feels like we partied the whole night through at the old sawmill. I'm so tired.
Darn, I forgot to get something for dinner. Well, pizza it is.
What happened there was I sped up on that speed bump and it actually bounced the bus.
Hey, long time no see. How was your vacation in Sunny Springs?
Oh, it was awesome. Sightseeing and shopping all day long.
Sounds lovely. I think I'll book a vacation there for next year.
You're coming to the party at the old sawmill, right?
Sure thing.
So I drive in that. When you look at like the front and side mirror and that, it looks like I've gone over the line there, which I like.
I'm still not sure if I would leave Hamster by life.
But when you take a look in that mirror, you'll actually see that I'm actually still in the lane. It's one of like the joyous things I like about this is I can make it look like I'm out of the lane, but yet I'm not.
Next stop, Rose Alley.
Thanks for being so punctual.
I've yet to see an A21 or an A37 in that. I've got, well, I've got two A37s I think on routes right now. I have all my A21s on routes. I actually have to go buy some more of those. There's an A23 up there, and the bus stop. That I know that because of the color again. I love watching them take the turns. So here we actually get to cut across into this next lane.
Stop, Whisper Way.
I can't wait for the weekend.
My bus looks so nice. And that I find there's some turns I enjoy making on this game than others. It's just like I could live without making this turn, but I've set this into my route. I
Well,
kind of have to do it.
be a pain, but I'm also interested.
Now, some of the turns I don't mind taking are like around these ones. Not because like I'll come up closer to a vehicle on that, but as you'll notice, I slow down when I do the turns. And it allows me to really square them off more. So that my bus comes close to them, but misses them by centimeters.
Next stop, Whisper Way.
Hey, did you see the latest episode of Winter of Passion?
Yes, of course. I would never have thought Hunts would do that.
And we are off.
Next stop,
Thank God
Dr.
I managed to catch the bus.
Lavender Street.
Wait, is this even the right bus?
So now we actually stay within in Old Town pretty much, and then around this area more. And then we're about halfway, just about halfway through our route. I do not enjoy when you're in the intersection and the car drives into you. It's really annoying. That I like to look at them and be like, "Hi, I'm making a turn here, and you just hit me." So yeah, as you can see, actually we now stay within like mostly Old Town in this. So, like we'll go down. I just gotta check traffic here. I'll pull it up at the bus stop and show.
Next stop, Dr. Julius Bachelor Street.
So sometimes when I actually pull up behind buses, that I'll get as close as I can to them, and then I'll open up my doors. It'll allow me to do that there. It's nice. 5 for Dodger. So right now we're at Dr. Julius Matchner Street. And that's so we are right here. Now we go down to Main Station, and we actually don't turn. Yeah, we just keep heading down there. What was it? Oh no, yeah, no. After Main Station, we actually do turn. We go to Horsemill, then we come back out to Amber. I just got pulled into the bus.
Next stop, Main Station.
It's a route I can do with you guys one day too, is number 12. That's a route I enjoy. So here now we are actually halfway through our route.
Next stop, Main Station.
So yeah, we turn here at these set of lights, headed to Horsemill. And then we'll actually flow back out to Amber Gate.
Next stop, Horsemill Alley.
I hate to block traffic, but this is like one of the lights I do hate.
Oh, my phone battery drained again.
Because sadly, since they can't move, I can't move.
My stomach.
There we are. I've come to kiss the butt of the truck. Oh yeah, they're able to make their turns now.
I think I just saw a UFO.
There's an A21 right there. Now, I was like, we'll see one at some point throughout here on that, because they're mostly... Yeah, I'm too late because of the light. Thank you for reminding me. The A21s are mostly set to Old Town specifically. Not because they're much smaller, they're much keen to get around some of the sharper turns. So one of the reasons why I don't like them is because if I take them around those narrow roads, sharper turns and that, I'll crash them. It's been scientifically proven. Now, sometimes like with A37s and that I'm fine. That, or even A47s and that, but for some reason the A21s, I always crash. And I think it's because they hate me. Secretly, deep down on the game, they hate me. Darn brakes. So actually, after I'm done this run, and that I'll also show you like why I try not to get into collisions. Granted, I am on sandbox mode, so like I just make my routes and I can go drive them. And doesn't matter how much of a collision I make, I don't really lose any cash, but there is a reason why there's a few reasons why I still aim not to make them, and that when I want to try and be the best driver possible. There's another A37 turning left. No, so yeah, one of the reasons I want to aim to be like one of the best drivers, and that, which when you're a bus driver in real life, you have to be one of the best drivers out there.
I'm thinking about getting a dog.
Really? How so?
And that, one of the other reasons is because of the pay. Now, when I get into accidents and that, it starts docking my pay, how much I make. Now, like right now, so right now for like my entire week in that, I'm at 19,558. But subtract the 3,000 in collisions that I have right now, and I get 15. Which really bites, because I want to get that fullness, but... And I know collisions happen, but it's easier when you're... It's much harder around some of these sharper turns and that, but that's what makes the challenge fun. As you'll actually see coming up here and there, so I'm going to Cathedral, so I go straight through. And I've got this narrow mid road, which looks really fun, doesn't it? Coming up here though, and so you'll hear that the road will change. And this is where, so right here it changes. And then it's bricks along here, and that this is where I actually have to go really slow. Because this turn, if I don't pull my turn wider there, my back end will hit the cars.
Next stop, Cathedral, City Center.
So yeah, now next we go to Town Hall Park. so we take a right here. Whee! Brake, 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 brake. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Popped off in your girl gave me just a little bit of lockjaw. Just been singing a la la la, la la la. Sorry, I got into thinking about a song. I may actually have to go put it on. Yeah, you can go. So this is one of those sharp turns and that narrow roads that I was talking about. So like, not both of these actually are. So definitely just like kind of botched that. I kind of like looked at my phone at that moment, so go me. Let's just stop that there. We're good. What happened there, I was looking at an alarm that I had set for 3:30 a.m. Go me.
Next stop, Town Hall Park.
Me gliding into my stop. Okay, yeah, I gotta go put on that song. Okay. This is the song I have stuck in my head. When I popped off, then you go gave me just a little bit of lockjaw. So yeah, that's that song that I had stuck in my head.
Next stop, Pelter Street.
Luckily, Sunday's coming.
So right here, and then one thing I like is it's actually just a small square. And that's, so this is the only other time I'm outside of Old Town. And again, because it's a small square. Literally, I go straight here.
No, don't spoil it for me.
I turn, here, which is like really fun. It's like, you know, Yahoo! Squaring off my turn. Right here is my bus stop.
Next stop, Lilyvale Street.
And then we go back to City Hall. So, yay! After City Hall, now we actually go back into, so we do Town Hall Park again. And then we actually start going back the way we came up. Now, so after Town Hall Park, we'll do Town Hall Alley. Now, then we go into
Next stop, City
Punic
Hall.
Alley. Turning. Making it look so easy.
Hey there, long time no see.
Oh, hi. Yes, indeed. The last time was...
Yeah, right. The time was,
Yeah. Good to
Turning,
see
making
you.
it look so
Have a good
easy.
one.
I love this turn. Even though I like cut this so badly. Speeding up. And turning just enough that my back end gets past that median.
Next stop, City Hall.
Oh, hi. Sunny weather.
Joy of it, it's like one foul swoop. Come in, you take your shot, and you get out.
hey, what are you doing now? Well, I used to be a banker, but I lost interest.
So yeah, make a left here. You're probably wondering why I'm not in like the
Back to the family.
next lane there. And it's because it's actually easier for me to do it from this lane with my back end. As you'll see right here. And then I also pull closer to the curb,
Next stop,
which allows me to easily just pull the rest of it in. So yeah, so our next stop is literally actually right around the corner. Don't tell me somebody's standing in my door. Hey, you, get out of there. It's not a place to stand. I need to shut those. Not going to turn that on yet because it'll just shut off as I finish pulling out of the stop. I've got a... It looks to be a 65-degree angle. Which is actually normal for pulling out of a stop like that.
next stop, Town Hall Alley.
Look at that, my next stop already. Very far, huh? I actually don't do this combo now where I go to Town Hall Park. Now when I first started playing on like my PC and that, I'd always do, it was always Town Hall Park, City Center, Town Hall Park, then Town Hall Alley.
Ew, what's that smell?
Then that combination just started to get a bit boring. And a bit here and then I started to aim higher with my routes. So on PC I did a lot more shorter routes, which at that time I was on a laggy computer, it really sucked. Now I'm on a console now, so able to pull workout a lot longer, do it in the comfort of a couch, which I really enjoy. And on a giant flat screen TV, no less. Here we go.
I think I just saw a UFO.
Next stop, Workers Alley.
Oh. Fast, 5-lane turn, sweet. I'm not speeding, you're speeding. Just looks like I'm speeding.
Next stop, Workers Alley.
Dang, that pull-in looked so perfect. Now we pull into the far left lane because our next bus stop is a left turn away.
Stop, River Promenade.
I know, nobody likes a rhymer. Look at this weird looking turning lane. Gee, I wonder how well I'll do. Oh wait, I'll do perfect. Watch it. He did it! So amazing. I'm a weirdo, I know. Now you'll come to learn that very quickly as you start. Ooh, wheelchair person! Yikes! I need to shut my... No. Good. I need that. There. Yay.
Come on.
Open the third door to let my wheelchair passenger on. Here we go. Likely at the next stop I'll have to take out the ramp again because my handicap passengers they're rare and they don't like to go very far, which really bites. And I'd like to be able to see one that likes to go at least 2 or 3 bus stops away, not next bus stop. I have to get off. But that is not the case today. So now actually, I do it every single time.
Hi, are you going to the old sawmill this Friday? No, sorry, I need to work on Saturday.
There we go. I pull up to a bus stop, I open my doors immediately. Even when I have the handicap person there, it's like... Oh, it's... So one thing you'll come to learn with all buses is that they have to engage their brake, whether it's their parking brake. Every bus has to engage their parking brake. Some buses it's the emergency brake, in case whenever they want to deploy their ramp. I was sitting on one bus, I had a driver who was trying to do it. Then it wasn't working for her. I looked at her, I was like, maybe put your bus into park. And then try. She did that, she's like, oh, that's how that works. I was like, yeah, most buses do that. And like the only reason I know to do that is because of this game.
Thank God I managed to catch the bus.
Wait,
is this
is
even
that the right bus? So yeah, I've got one stop at Cathedral, then I actually come back out here to Victory Road, and then my last stop, which is Central Bus Station. I'm like going to try and push this car to go. So one of the things actually I like this bus stop that I'm coming to, in that it's on a narrow street. I've got like 2 cars close to it, and that it's like
to get something for dinner. Well, pizza it is.
out of every bus stop I go to, this one is like the biggest challenge. And it's awesome. Now, right now I'm just kind of waiting till like the airport DLC comes out, as to which I'll start being able to do a lot more like long routes, then a more express route, and then starting at the airport on round trips. And it'll go from like, I've kind of like planned it out too, and that's like it'll be airport, and then one stop in every major area. And then it'll just be like a loop back to through the airport, or like even just a round trip. Stop, up, 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 up. Don't enjoy when they just cross in the middle of you. So here's the joy of that actually stop right here.
This parking position is just
Beautiful day.
It's just perfect. I know, I try. Thank you, thank you. Hold the applause. This is the stop that I'm talking about, and that's like, I'll even like show you, and that this is like, I have to like square this one off perfectly, or I hit that brown van.
Next stop, Victory Road.
And with the turn, like, my turn, like, right afterwards to that, that's, like, even more of a challenge of having to square it off perfectly. Because, like, I've got to be ready to make those turns. Even if it's, like, right after I pull out of a bus stop, or even before I pull into one.
I finally got my husband to see Winter of Passion. Now he's an even bigger fan than me.
But yeah, now I go back out to... See, they don't have street names, which really bites, because, like, Now, certain ones you can tell from, like, just the area of where they are. Not like Pelter Street. Like, that tells me that's, like... It tells me that's a street. Or, like Punic Alley, Wooden Theater, and that tells me just areas that it's in. So like this inside road here, it's a ring road. Goes all around Old Town. Says
Is that a ghost?
I'm still not sure if I wouldn't be faster by bike.
probably would, but it'd be a lot longer. So with these all turning that way, it gives me says to just pull straight out and go.
Next stop, Victory Road.
And that'll bring us up to our next stop, which is actually the last stop. Which is nice actually, because this is like the favorite stop out of all of them. And like when I get the airport DLC,
Last stop,
when it comes out, and I like that's like the first thing I'm doing. That I don't care if I have things I have to go do that day. I'm going to sit home. I'm going to play that DLC. Because I'm like really excited for it. It's like a little kid on his birthday. Haha, that car ran a red light. Yo! I think I know where that... No, can't. No, it's not. The lane that it's in, it's either going straight or turning left. Was going to say if that bus... Oh yeah, it turns left there. If it turned right... The thing I don't like about this turn is that barrier there. But like, I make it work within the area. But here we are pulling into Central Bus, the last stop on our route. Which platform are we going to? We are going to platform 5.
Next stop, Central Bus Station. Last stop. Please leave the bus.
Right on time. Thank you.
Let the bus empty and then we'll shut off our passenger lights. I'm actually going to just pull around. Nah, so one thing I do in that, like, if I don't want to, like, stop right there at the area to clean up my bus, and lock my doors. I don't go do it like in the bus depot and that because like it's meh. I just go around, I pull back in. Then I'll actually just pull into the first one here. Actually, I'll pull into this first one here. Ah, we did have a bus that pulled in with us. I'm actually going to let that bus go. Because ours is actually going to pull me right up close to there. Park. Neutral. I'm actually going to stick on my warning lights and I'll pop my first door. But all the rest of them. So yeah, I just come sit here. And that I'll jump out of my bus. That like to run around a bit here. Then since my route is done, just works perfect in that because it's just then just sort of out of the way. But as I like go take looks, like here I stand at platform 3. I can't get onto someone else's bus, which really sucks. But yeah, this is like Central Bus Station and that. Some routes you'll see me start here and there, some routes this is like the middle ground for some of them. And that I haven't really worked out like the algorithm of how they work. And then all I know is that I think it just randomly puts a bus into one. But like there's times that I'll be in like 1. I haven't had one that goes into like 2 yet, which really bites. But I've had 3, I've done 4, I've had 5 and 6. It's a work in progress. So we're going to shut that. We're actually going to shut off warning lights. That. Drive. And we're now actually going to pull from there. And here we are at our garage. Whatever, I'm at the end. Mission. First door. Hit the post. Okay, like I said, so like I'll show you the statistics in this. So like, so on my right, it's like my total company value, and that is infinity. You'll see in the top right corner it shows that infinity symbol too. And that this just gives me, so like, the amount of buses I have, which is 32. How many CNG buses, which is 15. So CNG is actually a electric type. Then my bendy buses, I have 16. I have 22 drivers, 7 ads, which is nice. You'll notice I've gotten no speeding tickets, which I like. But I've ran through 12 red lights and had 59 accidents. But one of the things I like is the income that I get through ads for, now which I'll get to, and that's like my total income through them is 201. Total income overall is over 1 million. And that when you come to look to the left side, so it shows summary, so it shows which route I did. Well, it shows the driver, my bus, which is my CNG, then my route, which was Trading Center and to Central Bus. Then it just shows my income, so my weekly routes total, so that's the total of all my bus routes put together. Now, which is, I really can't see that number from here. It is 193, 412, 12, so it's a high amount. And then you've got your player income. That's me, which is 27,900 and what looks to be 65 euros. I did actually take that in that because, like, I'm Canadian, so I actually have to do a conversion from British to, so it'd be Euro to Canadian, so 1 euro is 1.47 Canadian dollars, which means 27,965 .22. So I've made, in that route alone, $41,061.23. It's a lot. So underneath that you'll see that I have this box here that shows a bunch more numbers. And that, and a lot more fine print, and that I have to go put on a driver on some of these routes still. All those I show $0 in that. Those are all routes that need to get drivers on, which I will be doing here soon. Do that after this, and I'll figure out which route and bus I want to put on. But that gives me the amount that my drivers have made on each of their routes. And that, so then how much I make for my ads. I have 7 ads on 7 buses. I have an ad on mine, which was the hyperspeed that I showed. Then on my 847s, I have an ad. It's Mocha. I have them on 6. That gives me 7,250 euros. The event bonus there is just like holidays and that. Then my expenses. So I have 22 drivers, so my wages range from 500 euros to 1,000 euros per. I have to double check that, but no, it's certain amount per hour. Something I can literally check right now. No, per week. So the one that I'm about to hire there, the salary is $900, 900 euros per week. And then, like you can see in this, like my ace drivers in this, like right here, Oliver Mottner, and that shows the salary is 1,000 euros per week. Yeah, so like I've got a few ace drivers that I pay that amount, so that's where that one comes from. So that's 19,800 plus my maintenance. So the collisions I make, that adds into that. That's why I try to make less of them, which brings up my total actually for like my week. Week is 136,662 euros and 12 cents. To joy. Okay, you saw me hire that new driver, so now we'll go put him on a route. I think I will go put him on the route. Now, so where it shows the zeros there, those are the routes that I don't have people on. So here I don't have one. So I don't have one on 3 routes. So you'll notice that I leave the first bus of each area blank. Those always show which buses are the ones that I drive. So I do have an A21 that I do drive. I just don't drive it very often, so I'm actually going to not driver. I want to switch that bus. I'm not going to. So there, now I've got a driver on that bus route. So next one I'm going to fill is this one, which is going to be in A47 as well. I need to go get a driver for it though. And then the one that we just did, we'll get that A47 and a driver when I get one. Thanks for joining me today for the route. That it was enjoyable. And I'll be back tomorrow with another one.